Right, welcome back to some more Illustrator. Um, so again, we're working through this classroom in a book with Illustrator, and let's have a look what it says in the next section here. Select the print category. Yeah, I did that. Select the letter blank preset. Yeah. The right of the dialog box in the preset details area. This is basically a project which looks like it's to do with a toucan. And it's a logo. So there you go. Change this to inches and width and height of 8. Right. And portrait is done. Yeah, one artboard. Create. All right, let's see what is next then. Okay. In the bleed section, it's in document setup, the bleed section. Right, yeah. In the bleed section, change the value in the top field to 0.125 inches. There's actually, yeah, there's some interesting things I could do with this. All of the fields should change as well. Yeah, that did happen. All right, so we've got the bleed section. There we go. All right, so that is basically the setup. And yeah, so basically working with basic shapes. I think we've already done this, but I guess we're doing it again. So how are we looking then? All right. Select the rectangle tool. Okay, I will. What does it say? In the middle of the artboard, drag to create a rectangle that is roughly 2-inch square. Then release the mouse button. Yeah, I guess we'll do it perfectly because obviously I've got the shift here. So 2.5. No, that's the right click one, sorry. Well, we could do it pretty close to perfect, right? It says it doesn't need to be perfect, so maybe I should not do it perfect. No, I did it perfect anyway. All right. Yeah. Move the pointer over the small dot in the center, and it's called the center point widget. I like knowing the names of stuff. It's kind of good to know these things, right? I'm getting all this stuff. Let me just get rid of this stuff. The center point widget. When it changes, you can drag it up to the top half of the artboard. It didn't actually say. Let me just see if it doesn't say select anything else though, right? So I think I should still be able to. Yeah, you can still move it, right? While you've got the rectangle selected, it doesn't really show you that you've got the selection tool, but I guess in a sense you do, right? Next, you'll create a smaller rectangle to serve as the bill of the bird. Okay. Let's see what we've got next. With the rectangle tool still selected, click to the right of the rectangle you made to open the rectangle dialog box. Oh, I see how it's yeah, this is actually an interesting point. So basically, it doesn't mean use this rectangle. It means you just click on it like that. Okay, I got it. Was it to do with the speed of? Yeah, it has to be deselected first. You can't just create one. Yeah, so you have to deselect first. It doesn't actually say that there. Does it actually say deselect? No, it doesn't say deselect, but you do have to. All right. Yeah. All right, so we've got our second rectangle. All the shape tools except for star and flare tool create live shapes. Live shapes of attributes such as width, height, rotation, and corner radius. They're editable without switching from the drawing tool you are using. With two rectangles created, you'll make some changes to them so they look more like the body of a bird. Right, selection. Drag the top middle point of the rectangle down to make it a little shorter. When you see a height of approximately 1.75 inches, in the measurement, release the mouse. Okay, where's the? Don't have to do it with the sub-selection to do that. Not really. All right, so you want this to be 1.75. I think we got 1.76. But to be honest, it's actually 1.7563 anyways. It doesn't make any difference. All right. When you started, you created the larger rectangle at an approximate size. As you just saw, you can later resize the rectangle by dragging, but you can also do so with more precision in the properties panel. In the transform selection of the properties panel on the right, make sure maintain width and height proportion is deselected. It wasn't, there was it. It's this button here, isn't it? It's a bit late for that now. Setting maintain width and height proportions is useful when you change the height or width and want the other values to change proportionally, right? Let's see what we've got next. Select the width and change it to 0.88 inches. Okay, yeah, that's looking right. Now, the smaller rectangle, the beak of the bird needs to be rotated so it looks more like a beak. Click the smaller rectangle to select it. Move the pointer. When you see the rotate arrows, drag counterclockwise to rotate. As you drag, press shift to constrain the rotation to increments of 45 degrees. When an angle of 90 degrees is there, yeah, rotate counterclockwise by 90 degrees, basically. All right, so we need to rotate this by 90. Okay. Drag the selected rectangle by the center point. I can make this a bit bigger, right? Drag the selected rectangle by the center point widget onto the first rectangle. Align the top edge with the top edge of the other rectangle. See the figure, and it's sort of it's probably going about a fifth into it. It's not a huge amount, right? I'm gonna, yeah, I'll settle for that. It's not, I don't know yet. Changing the color of the shapes. By default, shapes are filled with white and have a black stroke. Next, you'll change the color of both rectangles to different colors. With the smaller rectangle still selected, click the fill color box in the properties panel. Make sure the swatches output is selected at the top. Yep. Select a green color to fill the shape, and you chose this one. Is it that one? Yeah, I think so. Press the escape key to hide the swatches panel. Okay. Yep. Click the stroke color box in the properties panel. Make sure that the swatches option is selected. And select none. I guess it's not aligned now with the top edge, but then I'm going to remove the other one hopefully. So then it should be fine. And then we're going to select U. Fill the rectangle with black. Okay. And then the stroke is going to be none. So that should be level again. It doesn't look. Yeah, it does look level actually. And then Control Shift A. Okay.